Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your weekly general tarot scope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for everyone. This is a general reading for kind of like for everyone and the world basically. So it's just kind of like a general overview. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby of mine, you know I love you for it. So before we start, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us on our paths to our highest vibrational good. All right, so for the intuitive message this week, when I went into my intuition, what I actually saw was a tiger that had literally just finished its own healing journey. It had like one of those cone things on, and then it literally just got up and started to walk, and then the cone thing basically fell off and it was just walking and like surveying the whole thing. And the message that I got from that was, you know, because the tiger wasn't actually just a tiger, it represented a person and their abilities in some way, shape or form. And that's why I've put here, unleash your primal power. What are your instincts telling you at the moment? Pay attention to your intuition this week. Pay attention to your gut hunches. If something feels off or out of place, if something feels like it's an avenue or a path that you should be pursuing. The reason I say this is because the feeling that I got was there was this just very primal energy that was sort of pervading everything. And the message that I got from that was, this week, whatever your instincts are telling you, you have to trust it. Even if it feels like, you know, oh, maybe that's not the case, or maybe, you know, maybe my mind is playing tricks on me or whatever. This is a week for you to unleash your own potential. When you think about tigers and lions and all of those, these are primal instinctual animals and they are wild. This week you need to get back to your wilderness and unleash your primal potential, whatever that means to you. Trust in your gut, trust in your instincts, knowing yourself and your own abilities inside and out, and trusting that those abilities are going to be able to rise to or meet any challenge that should come up for you. So pay attention this week. All right, so let's have a look, see what our destiny card is and what comes up here. So for the overarching energy trend or theme, we have the moon card, right? So it's funny, I was talking about instincts and this primal sort of energy. Now, the moon card can be confusion. It can even be deceit as well. But remember, this card is a cyclic card. It reminds us that we go through patterns and cycles. And this is, as far as I'm concerned, this is a moment where all of us as a people, you know, as a species, we are coming to that moment where we're about to start standing up. Let that mean whatever you want it to mean. There's no double entendre there, but I am saying what I think I am saying what I know I'm saying. Let me put it to you that way. So this week, whatever your instincts tell you, wherever it is that maybe something or someone is fear-mongering or trying to scare you into taking a certain path, check in with your gut, check in with your intuition, check in with your instincts and ask yourself, what is the truth here? What is beyond the veil, right? What is beyond what I am being presented with right now at this moment in time? This is a week to listen to your body, your physical body, like never before. Not least because this is the week of the full moon, right? So pay attention to what happens around the full moon. This one's going to be in Libra. It is going to be a full super moon. So very, very interesting again. And remember, all of us, whether you are intuitive, psychic or not, or I mean, we all are to a degree, but whatever your status in that realm, if you like, you have intuition, and around the full moon it peaks. So pay attention over the course of this whole week. Your instincts, your body, your physical senses are all going to be informing you of what paths you should be taking and what things you should be ignoring, or maybe not even ignoring, but certainly questioning. All right, so pay attention to what comes up this week. So how do we best utilize this lunar energy, and what might we need to know about it? Let's have a look with our direction cards. We have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Two of Swords, all right, and we have the Judgment card. So a select few of you, I'm going to talk about this part of it first. Two twos, when you see two twos come up in the tarot, it literally represents an accord, a bond, or a pact. And the fact that this comes up under the light of the moon, and remember this is going to be a full moon, so here's a little tidbit. If you want to hide something, do it at new moon. If you want something to be seen out there in the world, or let's say you want to do something and you don't want it to be seen by everybody, a full moon is probably not the best time to go. Right? Because the full moon is where everything is in the spotlight, everything is out in the open. You cannot hide anything under a full moon, all right? Trust me for that. Not that I've tried, but you know what I mean, like just from the energy, the trends, the themes, the things that I've seen, the things that I've learned about astrology as well. You know, every single person that I have studied with has said something to the same effect. You can't hide anything under a full moon. The energy doesn't support it. So we've got two twos here. This is also bonds, pacts, but it's also relationships. And then we have the Judgment card, right? So for those of you that are in relationships that are rocky, I'm specifically talking to people that are having challenges or issues in their relationships, all right? This isn't for everybody, and you know, this is a general read, right? So if you're having challenges, troubles, or issues in your relationship, or if you're in a situationship with someone where, you know, it's kind of off again, on again, this week you are going to see everything come to a final conclusion. This will be whether you're staying in, this will be whether you are staying out. This is going to be that final crux moment. Why do I say that? You've got the two twos, the bond, the pact, the relationship, etc., right? The thing that represents two people coming together. Then you've got the Judgment card. This is change and transformation, which tells me that change and transformation has to happen in some sort of bond, pact, or accord. Otherwise, it's just not going to go ahead. It will not survive. Interestingly enough, the full moon that's taking place is in the sign of Libra. You know, with everything that we know, right? If you've been with me long enough, you know I don't believe in coincidence. You know that I am very often just as shocked at what the cards say. I shuffle them in front of you so you know that it's not a loaded deck. And this tells me, right, that when it comes to relationships, partnerships, and bonds in any way, shape, or form, this is going to be a very powerful week of decisions. This is going to be a very powerful week of moments of where, you know, where it's either going to go ahead or it's not going to go ahead. Like, this is going to be that change point, let's say. Now, this can also represent the bonds, the pacts, and the accords between countries as well on that wider world stage level. And I do think we're going to see something of a development either in travel or trade this week. Certainly as well. I mean, look at this, because you've got the Two of Pentacles, that's expansion and growth. So that tells me that something is changing to do with commerce, finances, certainly with, you know, any form of trade, absolutely. But then we've got the Two of Swords. And what is the Two of Swords? The Two of Swords is very much an opposition kind of energy. The fact that it comes up under the light of this moon card really does speak to me of a very the revealing of an undercurrent, all right? Like, whatever that means to you, and this could be across the board. I don't really watch the news too much, to be honest with you. I try to keep up on, you know, certain world events just to be aware, but outside of that, I really don't get into it. It's divisive by its very nature, and I think it's a waste of time, quite frankly. So just my little soapbox moment there, but I don't let the news tell me what to think or what to believe. I keep that stuff very firmly shut out, and for a reason. I like my channel to be clear, and this channel to be clear as well. Right? But also, all jokes aside, how do we utilize this? How can we use this energy? Well, the Two of Pentacles asks you to really pay attention and think on your feet, to listen to your primal intention and potential. This is about being embodied, right? The Two of Swords is about trusting your instincts and your intuitive abilities. And the Judgment card is about really being honest and open about what you truly want and where it is that you see yourself going, because that allows you to make the changes that need to be made. All right, that was very long-winded, sorry. All right. right, and then for our insight cards, what is coming in that we might need to be aware of? What is shaping up behind the scenes or about to hit that we may not be seeing at this moment in time? And this week we have the Nine of Wands, the Two of Wands, all right, and the Four of Pentacles, right? So interestingly enough, the Nine of Wands, that is literally the breakdown of something, which is what tells me there's probably going to be some form of a breakdown in communications this week. So, and it's certainly one of the energies that appears to be coming in. So I would just be aware of that. Then we've got the Two of Wands, right? Now, the interesting thing for me is sorry, one second. The two, I was just distracted by something. Your Two of Wands, very much, so this could be something to do with a financial institution. It may very well have something to do with, again, these, financial slants or leanings. Be aware of the digital world, of the digital currency world over the course of this week, because we might be seeing a development there as well. I think one of the big cryptos, I think it's XRP, has a lawsuit going on as well. So I think we may be seeing a development in that area or arena as well. So just keep an eye out for that. And then on top of that, you've got the Four of Pentacles. So this really does, for me, suggest that something to do with money, finances, and what was I going to say, like agreements on those levels are very much going to be to the fore. The other thing is, so we've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Two of Swords, and we've got the Two of Pentacles. So your three twos literally represent security, right? So this is, in one respect, the message that I'm getting from this is if we are acting from a place of self-government, then the security that we crave, want, need, desire is actually there. But if we start looking outside and we start allowing ourselves to be censored or to not speak our truth or whatever, that's when we're going to run into problems. This is a week not to allow you. This is a week where you don't want to allow yourself to be told what you're going to do, what you're going to have, what things are going to be, but you choose, you make the choice, you make the decision for yourself. You bring that energy in, right? So your decision, your choice. Twos aren't just partnerships as well. They're also choices and decisions. And like I said, right, everything's happening under the guise of the moon this week. Now, the fact that we have the moon card as the destiny card really does, for me, suggest there is going to be hype, there is going to be spin, there are going to be things that are maybe hidden or certainly tried to be hidden anyway. Remember what I said about the full moon. Whereas these insight cards, that Two of Wands and the Four of Pentacles, that is grounded, stable money, but it's also actions towards stability. But it comes through having to make a very tough choice, and really make a decision based on what you think is right for yourself. Now, I would say with this many twos, because twos are also decisions, they're the choices that we have to make or the paths that we are presented with. And this week, on the one hand, you're going to have a path that you kind of already know where it leads. On the other, you're going to have a path you may not know where it leads, but you know that the decision to walk down it is yours and yours alone. This is going to be where we're all at in some way, shape or form. When it comes to the relationship stuff, if you are in a relationship and you know it's having challenges and stuff, this would be a week where you really need to look at that and ask yourself, is what I have now worth the potential that I could have elsewhere? And this isn't about just saying, oh, well, this relationship sucks, it's not working right now, so I'm going to chuck it in the bin. This is about looking at what the really powerful cracks are in the foundation of that relationship. How, what is the state of it? How long has it been that way? This week, it's coming into the realization that if the relationship doesn't evolve, if it doesn't change, if it doesn't grow, if it cannot be fixed, then it is going to have to be let go for you, in order for you to move forward. The security that you crave, the Four of Pentacles, comes through action, the Two of Wands, but that comes through admitting the vulnerability or recognizing what is no longer working or what is no longer serving. There's a lot here. I could go on forever about this spread, but I won't, because we're already at like 15 minutes. But with that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments, or even email me with articles and stuff of what's going on in the world. I love it when people do that, just because it validates, you know, for me, what I'm talking about. And sometimes I'm not even aware of, you know, what's coming through. So when I see it, I'm like, ah, okay, yeah, that's exactly what it was. All right. So yeah, for those of you that do that, thank you so much. Have a great week. Let me know. Take care, and I'll see you soon.